Come on, everyone, it's time.
Do you like popcorn, Exile? What about poetry? Do you lie awake at night wishing you could play VD without stress testing your optic nerves? I feel like this might be the build for you. The idea for this build dates all the way back to Blight League. Its first iteration used poets, as that was the available option at the time, and minion instability. It focused on 2 SRS setups and used Elliot to summon them, combat focused to lock out fire and equilibrium to lower res. It was interesting. It also did no damage. But since then, we've gotten Spellslinger from Delirium, Harvest has given us an item editor, and now it's time for us to 2020 this build. We start this Poet's Pen build by, well, removing Poet's Pens. While they provided the original inspiration, they do not scale nearly as hard as Convoking Wands do. The bulk of our summoning is done by 2 Spellslinger setups, 1 in our hat, 1 in our shirt, and we take the RMR enchant so that we can sustain both as 6 links. For a Spellslinger build, it might seem a little weird that we acquire no CDR either from an enchant or on gear, but when you think about it, the more CDR we get, the more Fortress Covenant notables we have to stack in order to make our Skellies die before we replace them with more Skellies. This keeps our damage loop uninterrupted and is comfy at our current investment. Speaking of the boys, how'd we make him so thick? Well, we're
gonna take everything he owns.
This is Lance. We gamble together sometimes. We also happen to share a viewer named Prophet that happened to know a guy that happened to have an Elegant Hubris with 320% maximum minion life, which I was able to acquire for about 3x. Jewels like this are incredibly hard to come by, even harder to price and sell. I can't even begin to state how lucky I was that I got this, which is important since this jewel is far more effective than our second method, which is cluster jewels. Minion life mediums with 35% increased effect, to be specific. These things would have been the Scotch double-sided holding this shit together had I not found a good timeless jewel. As it stands now, they're just a good secondary source of minion life. With the 2 main sources and a few other smaller sources, our minions have a base 849% life. Most of the gear on the character, however, is not very interesting. Basically, just Essence of Fear everything you can and just edit around it. A Kuna's Will to make our zombies strong and independent. Fear Fractured Hollow Fossil Boots for an extra abyssal socket are also kinda cool. The build benefits from the ever-potent Bone Offering plus Glancing Blows combo. Add to that the same attacked cast playstyle, the delayed damage delivery. This build really just ends up feeling like optometrist-approved hipster VD. Can it map? Well enough. Can it boss? Sometimes. The main thing? It's fun. I can't imagine anything more disrespectful than killing everything in the game to the tune of the Rice Krispies.
Snap, what a happy sound. Snap is the happiest sound I've found. You may clap, rap, tap, slap, but snap makes the world go round. Snap, crackle, Rice Krispies. I say it's crackle, the crispy sound. You gotta have crackle or the clock's not wound. Geese cackle, feathers tickle, bells buckle, beats pickle, but crackle makes the world go round. Die. Now crackle, Rice Krispies. I insist that pop's the sound. The best is missed, the less pops around. You can't stop popping, the cereal's popping. Pop makes the world go round. Snap, crackle, Rice Krispies. Let's go for Kellogg's Rice Krispies. Snap, crackle, what a happy sound. You gotta have a crackle or the sound not bound. You got apple, snap, the cereal's popping. Snap, crackle makes the world go round.